here you will see all the interfaces available on your MikroTik router or the OS you have installed on a server on a computer. Okay, so under interfaces you'll see Ethernet interfaces. These are basically the physical or the hard interfaces of your router or your computer. In today's video we will discuss some key features of MikroTik, and we'll learn how we can use or configure these features according to our requirements. So first of all, let me go through the menu and let me tell you what these stuff are, and I will go with the main features of MikroTik where you will need the basic configuration to be configured. Okay, so first of all, here is a button called interface. Here you will, if you click here, you will see all the interfaces available on your MikroTik router or the OS you have installed on a server on a computer. Okay, so under interfaces you'll see Ethernet interfaces. These are basically the physical or the hard interfaces of your router or your computer, server, whatever your MikroTik is installed on. Okay, so the next is EOIP tunnel. That is a kind of VPN tunnel, and another IP tunnel that is also a tunnel from one network to another, and GRE, and VLAN is the internal virtual LAN. We will discuss this is in a complete video, and VRRP, bonding, and LTE. But in today's video, the main and the basic thing, the basic portion of this interface is Ethernet, or you just click on interface, you will see all of the interfaces here. Either you have configured VLAN, UIP tunnel, GRE tunnel. So to filter out further, you just need to click on Ethernet to see all the Ethernet ports. Alright, so I'll skip wireless and I'll skip bridge. I'll go to the PPP. It's the first, or I'll consider the main feature of MikroTik, which I've been using like for many years. Okay, so this is the feature which provides you to configure a server where you can create users and assign a username and a password for them to connect to the internet using this router. We will configure this in further video, but first of all you should understand what this feature does. For example, a person is in your office, want to connect to your internet. This feature will not allow anyone to connect to the internet. This is the feature where a person need to put in a username and a password to connect to the internet. Alright, let's move further. I'll skip mesh and I'll go to IP, and we'll discuss addresses, DHCP client, DHCP server, DNS, firewall, and then pool, and then routes. And we'll skip other for now because we're going to discuss, because we are discussing the basic features of MikroTik. And then we will move to routing. Is a big feature. I have used OSPF. We'll discuss that later sometime. And then in tools, the dangerous thing here is reset, but I don't see. Wait, gone. Maybe it's down there. Yeah, so if you click on reset configuration under system, yeah, here it is. So it will blow your router configuration. Boom. All right, to the topic. Okay, so we discussed PPP, and now we are going to discuss about IP addresses. So here we configure the IP addresses, like if you've seen the previous video when we were installing the MikroTik, you've seen I added one address with 11.2 and that was not working because I forgot it was connected to VM8, and then we added the IP address 21, so we were able to connect it to the Winbox, to the router from my computer. Okay, so here we will add the addresses either on the Ethernet port, the physical port, or the VLAN port, or also you can find the addresses of any of your tunnel. Okay, so the next is the DHCP client. When your router is connected to an environment where it's going to ask for the IP address, then you'll need to create a DHCP client tunnel, and here you will need to select the interface from which interface you'll be sending the request to the DHCP server, and if there is a hostname or client ID, and here you can check the status if it's connected. Like you can see below here, it shows it's enabled but the status is stopped. When you select and dial from the DHCP client, like let's do that. I'm going to apply, and status is searching, and now status is bound. So here you can see the IP address 192.168.21.128. that means it got the IP address from the DHCP server. So where the DHCP server is, I've shown you in the configuration of VMware. Let me show you again. If I go to virtual network editor, over here in the DHCP setting you can see the starting IP address is 192.168.21.128, and we are seeing the same IP address here. So that means DHCP client is work like just simply just one click if there is no hostname or the client ID. Okay, so let's move further to the DHCP server. Okay, what does the DHCP server does? Like in previous feature we discussed about DHCP client. I just requested from DHCP server and I was able to get the IP address. In this feature I'm going to create a pool, like I will be reserving a set of IP addresses where clients can request this server, this router, to get the IP address. So the easiest way to click is to click on the DHCP setup, and it will go through some kind of wizard, you can say. But if you click on the plus sign, that's fine either. Here you can define the name of the DHCP server, you can define the DHCP for the mobile user, DHCP for the computer user, DHCP for the guest users, and define the interface, and that is must from which interface they are going to be connected, and the lease time is when an IP address is assigned to a mobile or a computer, how long it should stay on that. Like if my computer has the IP address 192.168.21.101, then it will save this IP for 3 days. If I'm not connected, like 4 to 5 days, then it will the DHCP server will assign the same IP address to the other one. Otherwise it will reserve that IP address for 3 days. Okay, and then it's asking for the address pool. Here is the thing we are going to define from IP pool, and click plus, and I will be setting a pool. Let's set the pool of 10 IPs, 10.0.0.1 to 10.0.0.1. 10. So this is the IP pool of 10 IP addresses. Apply OK, and here you can see the pool 1 what I just created. So I can select this pool and all of the IP addresses will be going from that pool. Alright, so the next feature we are going to discuss is DNS. In DNS you will set the DNS server, obviously it shows from the name. So here you can see it's obtaining a dynamic server address, and that is 192.168.21.2. that is the IP address or the gateway address, you can say. It's because we set up DHCP clients, so that's why it already have obtained the IP address of the gateway. So if you want server manually, just you need to click here, and most of the time I've seen people use Google DNS, and that is 8.8.8.8. Okay, apply and OK. And what else? Yeah, routes. Here we set the gateway. So as I told you, we configured DHCP client, so that's why it already have obtained the gateway address as well. Otherwise, when we select the static IP address, we'll need to define the gateway address here, and the destination should be 0.0.0/0, and that means traffic to anywhere should use this gateway address. Okay, and I think we have already covered this IP section. Yep. Okay, and then let's move to system, auto upgrades, clock. Yeah, that is also the main thing I will consider. You need to set the clock, otherwise you will mess up with the configuration if you're using other radius manager or any other server that is connected to this MikroTik. Then I have seen some kind of user connection issues while they're trying to connect, or they're disconnected or something, so you must need to configure or set the clock. And yeah, right here you can set up the password for the admin user. You can see I am already connected as admin 192.168.21.100. so your old password was nothing, so you just need to type the new password. And you can also create users to access this router and assign their roles, as here you can see full role, read and write. Alright, I think that's it for today, and we discussed some basic features of MikroTik and stay connected. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and click on that red button and subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.